Hey guys, I want to make a really quick video about niacin and the way I like to compound the effects of this vitamin and the way I like to use it and integrate it into a morning routine. So in my experience so far, niacin has basically been one of the most interesting but also useful tools that I think I've ever come across, because niacin, if you're not familiar with niacin, it's vitamin B3. What it'll do is it will cause a flushing effect. So niacin in general is a precursor to NAD, which is a precursor to energy in your cells. So it goes from niacin to NAD. NAD enters the Krebs cycle, attaches a hydrogen, turns into NADH. NADH goes to the ETC, turns into ATP. Next thing you know, you have cellular energy. Now, if you don't have a tolerance to niacin, you'll find that even just a small dose of 75 to 250 milligrams will cause an intense flushing reaction. If you haven't already noticed by now, I'm going through that. My skin is quite red. So, why is this important? It's important because when your skin starts flushing and turning red, it's a clue to you that you are metabolically more active. And basically, the reason we find this so useful is because it shows us what supplements are working for us and what supplements are not working for us. For example, alpha lipoic acid. You might take it and you might not notice anything in the immediate effect. And so you might go through the day wondering, well, did the alpha lipoic acid I took do anything for me? But if you stack niacin with that alpha lipoic acid, you'll find that the niacin, so you'll be going at a certain rate, you'll be burning at a certain rate. You might take that alpha lipoic acid and you might find that your skin is glowing even hotter now than it was before. And then you might take something like apple cider vinegar, like I'm sipping on right now, and it's going even hotter. Like, you can just keep stacking certain supplements and you'll find out which ones are having an effect on you. And it's very, very interesting. And all these things compound and synergize, right? Each part is working in different parts of the Krebs cycle. They have different effects on your ETC, like shilajit, for example, will enhance the complex 1 of the ETC. And you have other supplements to work with, other B vitamins to work with, like vitamin B12, B9, B1, phenylphthaleamine is a super helpful one. All these things synergize because they're all working in different processes together, whether that be your PPP system, your pentophosphate system, or methylation, whatever that is, glucuronidation within your liver, whatever that is, these supplements all synergize. So we like to integrate it as part of a morning routine. Why? Because everything works better on an empty stomach. Once you start eating, especially fats seem to inhibit the effect of niacin. This is something to totally keep in mind. So you might have niacin on empty stomach, get super red, and you might get a huge burst from it. But if you had a fatty meal beforehand, it might not do much of anything to you. So you have to be wary of that and use your dosages accordingly. But in general, we want to take everything on an empty stomach. We're far more receptive in the morning that way. And then, so this is how it integrates into a morning routine. We do that. And then what we love to do is take all those supplements, whatever they may be for us. And then once niacin activates, we like to take MCT. Because MCT will enhance it even further. So, and exercise too. I forgot to mention, exercise works really well with niacin. Sometimes the activators won't do much, especially if you have a tolerance. You grow tolerance to niacin over time. I've been taking it every day for a while now. I mean, with breaks in between, but in general, I have grown a tolerance to it, and everyone will. But certain supplements will work all the time. Sometimes your niacin doesn't want to activate at all. Exercise will activate your niacin almost every single time. Exercise will activate your niacin. So if you talk about the order of how you use niacin, it would be, and ultimately the goal for me and my clients has been, let's use niacin to help fix our digestive system. Because if you're gonna upregulate your metabolism and you're gonna like create a lot of energy within your system, you have to fuel and channel that towards something, right? You're not just, because energy is energy, right? You can use it for insanely catabolic reactions or anabolic reactions. You could just use it to stress yourself out. You know, energy is energy. It can be used negatively. So we try to channel that energy and use it towards healing our digestive system. So eventually that goes towards MCT, because MCT oil is what's going to, it's going to fuel like fat. It's like jet fuel for your liver and your brain, because it's an incredibly fast digesting fat that does not stimulate a gallbladder contraction, and it goes directly to your liver. So it doesn't enter chylomicrons. So MCT is unique. I'm not going to get too much into this, but it goes like normal fat has to go through your lymphatic system. MCT bypasses that. It goes straight to your liver and your brain. And that's useful for a variety of reasons. And then it has all kinds of anti-inflammatory effects. Dave Asprey talks about it. Super duper useful. Like if you're bad at ketosis, MCT will like skip you a couple of steps ahead and get you like help you get much deeper into ketosis, much better at fat burning. So how do we use niacin? We take our supplements first, phase 1. Phase 2, we work out, we upregulate, let's glow red hot. And then we take our MCT. And then the interesting thing is when we take our MCT, it all depends on the person. We're talking like between literally like as small a dose as 5, because some people are super sensitive, 5 to 15 on the first dose. And then second dose, we typically do about an hour afterwards, a little bit higher between 10 and 60. Really depends on the person and what their tolerances are. Huge variety there. And what we'll find is that the niacin, it can last as short as 5 minutes in the duration of its effects. But if we do it this way, we can prolong that niacin activation for upwards of an hour to 2 to even 3 hours if we do everything right in the correct order. And the effect is really incredible. And this is how we create our flushes. This is how we create a flush using the niacin. So that's the secret recipe. I'll give it away right now, and it works really well. And then if we use enough MCT given the order that I just mentioned, hour in between, you'll basically be flushing within 2 to 4 hours. Throw in baking soda during the niacin, it'll be a 2-hour flush. And if you can also throw in raw ginger or aged ginger with an MCT, and turmeric, forget about it. It'll be like super potent. And then you're gonna have to like really watch yourself, because but that's a whole nother thing. You don't even have to do the flush. You don't have to do a flush. It could just be a normal part of your day, and all you do is you just regulate the MCT dose. You just keep it down to like 10 to 15. Don't do the second part. You don't have to. You could just do the first part, and then you can enjoy the rest of your day. And you can use it. You can use that MCT to help you be a better fat metabolizer. So let's say you're gonna have eggs as your breakfast, or heck, even breakfast cereal. But let's not do that. But let's say you're gonna have eggs, and let's say you're a poor metabolizer of fat. Having that initial dose of MCT is super helpful, because it gets you into ketosis. And Dave Asprey talked about having butter with his coffee, and he said add the MCT oil with it. I totally agree. I would just argue, hey, have the MCT a little bit beforehand and get the process in the system working better first. But that's niacin. That's a lot about niacin. That's how we integrate it, either into just a basic morning routine or either into a flush. That's a dual purpose system way of looking at it. You can integrate it into your workouts. Using it for sauna, there you go. There's a third purpose. You can use it for sauna as well. Sauna will also enhance and increase the effects. Cold shower, however, always use that before niacin. It will, in my experience, has diminished niacin after niacin is activated. Taking a cold shower will typically tampen down the niacin and its effect. But yeah, you could use it for a sauna detox as well. So there's about 3 uses of niacin. That's how you use it. Take supplements with it. See what's working for you. Literally see what's working for you. And yeah, so those are some tips about niacin. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.